Morning, everyone. Sorry I'm a little late.
Hi, Drummond.
Very glad to see everyone here. Um,
Hello,
Hi, Core. How are you?
I'm great.
Very good. And Martina's with us too. Excellent. How you doing, Martina?
Hi everyone, good, thank you. How are you?
This camera's coming into
Yeah,
and
it's only with Zoom. No, none of the other vendors does it with Apple, but I still have to get used to it.
yeah,
So
exactly.
apologies. I hope you don't get dizzy.
No problem. Martina, I don't know if you've met Core before. He was not on our last call.
No.
So,
Hi, Martina.
Hi, Cor. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Core is the technical engine behind Spec Up 2 and has been working with Hank for how long have you been working with Hank, Core?
I think since 2004.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, but
So,
not on Spec Up T.
yeah, exactly. In that case, it would be a world hit at this point. Anyway, once Hank sort of joined the fray and said, "Hey, we need to sort of combine efforts of the work they'd been doing on the carry glossary and the tooling that they felt was necessary, and what the rest of the concept terminology group had been working on for I don't know about 2 years at that point." And Hank brought Core to the table, and the rest is history. Spec Up T has really evolved a long ways as a tool. And Hank posted on Discord that he could only make the second half of the meeting. So he said that Core in the first half, you were going to update us on progress with Spec Up T, which is great because all three of us, but especially Martina, who is joined Trust RP and is part of the first person project, is one of your hopefully eager potential users coming up here with
Nice.
glossary work we'll be doing both on the Trustworthy glossary and on a first person glossary, as well as perhaps many other glossaries. She's quite the writer. Um, and then Carly is, she's cranking out bite-sized trust videos. Like if I could make if I could make an entry in get one update in the Trust Review glossary as often as you put out a bite-sized trust video, we'd be done by now.
Yeah, but your glossary is already huge. You already did that work.
Well, no, yeah, okay. There's a lot of work in there, but there's a lot more to do. Anyway, go ahead, Corb. Floor is yours. You have an eager audience here, and I will. I hadn't actually created. I need to create unless anyone else did. I need to create the meeting notes page. So I will do that in the background and just take some notes as you let us know, Core, what's new.
All right. I pasted a summary in the chat here. And so the first part is our milestone 1.4, and we finished that, and now we're going to work on milestone 1.5. And I think what we finished in milestone 1.4 is working on the command line side of Spec Up T, and what we're going to do in 1.5 is work on the web editor and on the health check. That will be one core code base that will check the health for the command line, for the web editor, and as a individual tool. And so maybe I should show you something we put live today, and I should share my screen. Let me try. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
All right. So, oops. Right, can you see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so this is what we got live this morning.
Okay.
So what we did is make the yeah, this bar a little bit smaller, not that high, so it doesn't take that screen space. We removed the alphabet index. We added a versions button that will show you when if you that's the freezing of the draft that's behind this bar. And what we also changed is in the terms and definitions. Let me go here. So what we did is change the matching of the terms when it's an external reference. This is an external reference. What we did is we made it possible for the local specification to use your own spelling or so to speak. So you can write this the way you want it,
Right.
and it will point to this in the original repository, in the original specification glossary. So what you can do is write like this. Let me see. What you can do is write like you want to create. If I'm too much into detail, please let me know. But this is how you can write an external reference. First, you point to the external specification. Then you write your definition. Definition. What was it? Test. Then you write it the way you want it to be in your local specification. And you can use more aliases if you want.
So just to make sure, oh, I see the aliases. Okay. So I just want to make sure, could you go back to that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So for, again, Martina's benefit, so the TREF is a transclusion reference, right? So that's when you want to include something in your glossary that is defined elsewhere, but you want to
exactly. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. So this we called it a transclusion
reference, yeah.
something like that, transclusion. Yeah. So this is pointing to. So the idea is to generate to get consensus, and you want to be able to reuse terms in another glossary. So what you do here is use a TREF, a transcluded reference, compared to what you normally would do is do a def. So the example term.
Yeah,
you could use
to do the three different types: the def, the ref, and the.
So this is a def. Then there is a TREF. What you also can do in your definition, you could use a ref, and it would point to another term in your own glossary. So you would write, in this case, you would write this. here. And then in your term, like let's say here in this one, you can point to another one in your local glossary, like Caesar should go to Caesar to here, and this one should go to here in the same glossary. So that is what this ref does. You can also, so this is in always in the definition part. You could also use an xref, same story, except that it points to a external, like the tref, it points to an external glossary, only that the xref will always be in the definition part, and the tref will always be in the term part, like this one.
And Martinez, this makes sense because the XREF is just a reference to external glossary.
Yeah.
Just points to it, but the TREF copies it in so that you have a complete instance
Yeah.
of that in yours.
Yes.
It just gives the flexibility for the document author to decide, do I want this to appear in my document or do I just want a link to an external glossary? Does that make sense?
Partially.
Partially, yeah, I know.
Can you show me again the ref? Yeah, exactly. Thank you. What I didn't get was from which way do I look at it? So the tref means that this is, for example, my definition. I define what test one or test means, and I allow other glossaries to reference to it, right? Is this correct understanding?
So all of these appear in, think of it, you always have a local document in which these four types of markup can appear, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a def means you're defining the term in your own glossary.
Yeah,
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So of course, all of these can be a glossary document, in which case you're just defining all your terms and
Yeah.
they'll be wherever, right? But if you do another document, you can define your own terms. You can externally reference a term in another document, typically a glossary someplace. So that's now if you define a term in a document and then you want to reference it in that document, that's what ref is for. So def and ref go together, define the gloss term and then reference it elsewhere in the document. Okay, so those are both internal to one document. The xref and the tref both are for external references, but one just points to the definition. The other one, that's xref. Tref transcludes it, copies the definition into your document, so you don't define it. The other source defines it,
Yeah.
but it will appear in your glossary as completely. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understood. I understood that part, but this kind of contradicted to what I understood before. What Core was telling, which definitely would be on my side. But just to make sure I understand both of you correctly. So the tref and the xref, they don't mean, okay, this is my definition, but I allow it to be taken or referenced from the outside. This means I reference this this term and I reference to the definition which is outside of the document. So it's not this my document and I allow others to reference to it from the outside. It's me in the document referencing to an outside definition. Okay, this was the part where I wasn't sure whether I mentioned, okay, I'm not sure from which direction to look at it. Okay,
exactly. Good point. You're always looking at, it's your document and you're either referencing something external or copying it into your document.
Perfect.
The control or the idea that you could control who can reference your definitions is, we don't really have any way to do that. In other words, if you use defs and refs in a spec up T document and that document is web addressable, then anyone else can make xrefs or trefs to your document.
I'm happy that's the way it works.
That's why we're doing it, is so that we can share terms and arrive at harmonious understanding, and that's the mission of the concepts and terminology working group.
And what's new as of today is that you can reference an external term, like for example this, but if you need it to write it in your own style, you can represent it like this, like
that second one. So in other words, no matter how that term appears in that other location, which is the first thing you know, so it matches, but you can have change how it appears in your document.
yes, and it will point to this one. And let me see here. No. So this is an example, this one. So this is how you want it to look, and this is the original.
Okay, so that second part is what you're referencing in the, is this a TREF here?
Yes, exactly. That's we're trying to use this little icon to show, and the colors to indicate it's a TREF.
A TREF. So it's
Yeah.
being copied in from another glossary.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, pop back to the to your example there. I want to explain one other thing to make sure it's clear. Can you highlight where in the TREF you put external reference 1? That, Martina, is how your document knows which other document to go look at, because when you set up your doc, you put in these little tags that map then to the URL of the document you're pointing to.
For example, it could be, let me take this one. Somewhere in your configuration, you would have something like this. So you would have something like this. So to make clear that this, let's say this alias points to this repository.
Right.
So you don't have, you could also, we could also choose to do it like this, but that's a bit impractical.
Because you may use it several times, right? So then,
it gets long, it's hard to remember. So you just come up with tags, and then whenever you're using a TREF or an XREF, you start it with a tag. So to point at what you're,
it's
so all
whatever
you have
you want.
So you only have to set up those tags, that list of tags, once for your doc. And it's really quite elegant. You just have to get used to the fact that as a document author, you have these, well, SpecUp-T originated because we took the authoring tool developed at the Decentralized Identity Foundation, DIF, and we started adding the terminology features to it, and that became SpecUp-T, which now, I mean, I'm going to ask you, Core, are they still maintaining SpecUp over at DIF?
I have the impression that there's not much activity, and we also, I think, also decided that we're not going to merge something into SpecUp. The initial plan was to merge features into SpecUp into the original SpecUp,
right?
But we let that go. This makes it a lot easier for me to go forward with SpecUp-T.
Right. Okay, now I'm fine with that. I mean, we're concerned primarily. I mean, we do of course use some of the other features of SpecUp, but we're concerned primarily with the SpecUp-T features. So
yeah.
Okay, so that's a major new feature, that you can control the appearance of a term in a TREF.
Yeah, and I think, let's see. So also a new feature is that if there is a so if in the external, so in the tref, so to speak, if there is a link, an internal link to their so in the original definition of Caesar, there is a link to primitive, and what we did is make this primitive link go to our local. If there is a local definition of primitive, then let this link go to this local definition. So if I click here, it should go to, yeah, to here.
I see.
That was a that. So Henk said that that would be really nice if we could make it like that, and I think it works now. So this one should, yeah. So there were a lot more links, but if there's not an a hit in the local, so it could be that in the original Caesar there is a this was a link, but if there's not a link, a local link, then it's been removed. By the way, you should be able to, if I open this meta information, there is a link to the original term. Yes, it works. So now we are in the, and now we're in another glossary. And now I'll click back to the original. So now we're back in the original. So this is the link to the original definition of Caesar. And let me open it in a new tab. So no. So it would be nice if there was a link that's here, that is visible here, but not in our new and included in our tref, but that's not the case. So, but if, oops, if there was, so if this is the original one, so we're now in the included one. If that would contain, if that would have a link, for example, blah, 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 composability, this would then link to composability in the same glossary, but it would not show in our tref because there is no equivalent in our local glossary. I hope I'm explaining it a bit.
So what I'm hearing is if a TREF includes a ref to a term that's in your local glossary, it
Yes,
will resolve there. And if it's not in your local glossary, it will resolve the way it was defined in the TREF.
if it's not in your local glossary, the link will have been removed. So if this was a link in
Oh, I
the,
see.
yeah, if it,
Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
and external links are kept as they are. So this more in extended carry glossary, this just stays. Also good to mention is that you can also add your own extra text if you would like that. So in my, I have a demo here. There should be, yeah. So this is a test. So this is just a demo. And this is this is another transcluded definition. And this, I should have another color to make it clear, but this is, so this is the included, this is the transcluded, the tref, so to speak, and this is your own addition. And I can show that in, let me see. Spec. Let me see, this is composability. So this is how it looks. Oops. So this is
Oh, I see.
the tref.
Yep.
So this can go like. So this is carry suite is the external reference. No,
Yep.
yeah, and this is the definition in the external reference. This is how you prefer to show it. And this is another way, this is another alias, so you can also use this. And this is your own addition. So if you would do like this, then there would just be this part, like the tref and the definition from outside. Now you want to make a little addition, and then you just write it here, and it will be added below the included definition.
I see. So you essentially can annotate a
Yes.
TREF in your
Yes.
own document.
Yeah.
which I think is very powerful, because then you can have you get the best of both. You can
Yeah.
have the external definition included in your document, but you can add your own notes so you can customize it.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So on here is the original term, the link to the original term, the owner, the repo, and there should be a commit hash. I don't know why it's unknown. That could be a bug. Also, we have a multi-level way of showing the information. So,
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Hank.
hey, Hank.
Hi.
Corey showing us the
I,
TREF annotation feature, which sounds really cool.
So this is the first layer. You only get the first. I think this is the main definition, and then if you click again, it will add more info. It will scan your included definition for words like source or more in, etc. And based on how that sentence starts, it will strip it off in the initial view, and if you click again, it will add it to the view. And there's also a view where you only see the definition. Let me see. What was more? Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I have more. I don't know what I should tell you about that. We moved from blockchain bird to trust over IP.
Cool.
Yeah, the reason is that Sam wanted all the specs be totally independent of any external party, which is fair. We wanted to deliver back anyway, but he wants to have the specs assessed by the steering committee, and that's why we decided to have no dependencies at all. Even not the spec tag, we don't use it anymore. The spec tag depended on on a registry of RFCs made by Toby. Toby is a GitHub user, and we referenced his stack of let's say bibliography items, and we totally skipped that. So we referenced them directly.
Right. Right. I think that's that's super cool. So basically what you're saying, all of the repos are now at part of the Trust RP set.
Exactly. Yeah. There's one, yes, even the Carry Suite glossary, I've moved over. So it's now, I don't know if, Cor, if you've already addressed it, just, yeah, cut me off because I don't want to repeat stuff. I was late, so, but I'm juggling 3 specs and 7, no, and 4 glossaries currently, and I am creating keys to all the term definitions, and the key has the specific format of lowercase and dashes in between them, and that's the way we communicate in an ecosystem of glossaries and specs. So you can create any ecosystem of glossaries and specs as long as you keep that key format in mind, and that's how you connect. And then you can choose your own way of writing, your own spelling, any way you like, in the definition, in the tref, in the xref. It doesn't really matter. Only a ref still has the old school format that you can choose either the key or any alias that is available in the document.
So you can match on the key or any alias. That's pretty cool.
With the ref, yeah.
The route.
Yeah. And the xref, the trefs, and the devs, they will always use the first alias as the way of how you write it in the local document.
Yeah.
So the first alias is, yeah, Cor can show that. You could show the Caesar, yeah, that's right. That's the right one. I'm working on that one now. So you have the old version, see?
Wait, this is
You need to go
this
to
one.
Henk van Kan. Just put Henk van Kan in front of it. No, Henk van Kan. So trust instead of trust over P, Henk van Kan. Yeah. So I've offered these as a you have to hard
Hey.
refresh it, I'm afraid.
This looks like an old one.
No,
Where
hard
was-
refresh it.
This is not Caesar.
Did you refresh it?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it Caesar?
No, that doesn't work that way. I can show it when you let me share the screen, and you can show it. Yeah. There you go, Brave browser. Hopefully I'm in the right because I have many windows open nowadays.
Yeah. We all have that problem.
So Hank,
Yep, go ahead.
just as a note, remember we're off of Slack now and onto Discord.
Yeah, I know. I just I copied it on both.
Oh,
My-
okay.
Yeah, no, I'm also on. I copy it on both for people that are not yet did not yet transfer from one to the other.
I want to go to that place.
Sorry.
That's just such a beautiful
Where's the
background there.
picture? Yeah. Dolomites?
That's the Netherlands.
Oh, Netherlands. Wow.
Mm,
So now you
Where?
have if I'm oh right, I got the wrong I shared the wrong screen. So I'll stop share and share it again.
Okay.
There we go. Now you see
Yes.
so this is the my origin on GitHub. That means I offer PRs to Sam all the
Right.
time on this one. So this has the latest 1.4. We released it this morning. And it has that idea of you have a way you write it, in this case Caesar, but the key is written in italic. So
Okay. Now I understand it. Hold that Caesar example there just for a second so I can take a screenshot for the notes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
seriously.
better examples for you. I got much better
Okay,
examples.
well, fine. Tell me when you get to your best example and I'll take a screen.
Let me see. Let me see.
Now I understand it as soon as I started looking at oh, look at that. That
Yeah.
one's got,
So here you got a good one, Grum head neck. As you can see, it's a local definition. So it's a really a definition that only exists in the Caesar spec.
right,
It's not in the Carry Suite glossary because then we would have a blue background because it's a tref. We then connect to it via tref. What we also have is that local references work. So they will not point to, so let me do two steps. This is the best example here, Graham had,
okay,
because you see here the real key. This is the key
Yep.
of the thing. This is how you write it with the lowercase h,
right,
but we also have the other option with the capital H. And I have that specified because Sam uses it in a spec. So then I can ref to it. I will show you where I do that. So this one here. Oh, sorry, that's twice. There we go. Oh, and the fifth here, you see how he uses it. So we ref in the document to this, and it does the pop-up as well. So if you would ref to any tref or any definition in your own document, it will always pop up the first so many characters. And it will write it the way you've used your first alias. So you will get used to it. It's a bit of it's complicated, but it's not complex. What I mean, it's very straightforward nowadays. But you will have questions about it, and I'm happy to answer them. So
okay.
the other
Yeah.
thing I wanted to show you, and then I'll shut my mouth for a while. Let me see whether. Oh wait, I go back this way. Yeah. Oh, so the difference between the blue background and there's still the stripes. They will go. These line breaks. They will go. They are not useful anymore. Oh, this is the AC/DC spec. Sorry.
Yeah, there's the alphabet index.
Yeah, made a mistake. So this the Caesar spec is Sam is still working on it, so I haven't been able to update it with the latest
Right.
version. So here you see that Caesar gram is a local definition, but the
Yep.
funny thing is that in that local definition, of course, a local reference works. You know, so I ref here to the Caesar format, so that works. But the real nice trick is when we have a tref, and then we still got a reference here. And this is an interesting one because we take the information from an external source, as you know, because it's a tref. So we get
Right.
it from, to be precise, there's too much stuff around here. So here you can see where we get it from this link. So if I click on this link, I will go to the real source of this information, which builds consensus now because we use the domain definition of, in this case, the Carry Suite glossary, the whole umbrella glossary.
I see.
But what does this thing? Core has built a very smart thing, I think, is that he front end matches the primitive definition here with the local definition. So
I see.
what that means is that you don't get the context of somebody else, so you don't get the information of another. Rijks would call it mental model. You know, you're not stepping into their mental model. No, we try to
Right.
match your local mental model, and that is the definition you get.
I see. That's good.
Are you still are you still with me or?
Yes.
All right, I'm happy because all the others that don't match uh, uh, a local link to a local term definition, we will drop that link. For that reason, we don't want to be involved with somebody else's mental model unless we specify it explicitly with an XREF. So we get the local context and that's it. And of course, we get all the external links. So for example, this external link is a full URL. So we can serve that because it will be same here and also here. It will be exactly the same. So if I move
Nice.
over to the quadlet definition here, and I click this link here, extended glossary, it will be exactly the same one as the one that I showed you before here, this one. So that's how
Got
it
it.
works now. So we try to match the local refs. If that succeeds, you get the link and you can click on it, and that makes you stay local. You stay in your own mental model.
Stay local. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to bother you with all this, but
No, this is what we're here for, to understand. I mean, again, you have three, pending users of this tool as we work on, glossaries, whether it's a TP glossary or glossaries for various projects. So we're all, I mean, I don't pretend to speak for Carly or Martina, but I care about these features and, want to know how they work. And this is making sense to me. Martina, Carly, any questions?
No, I don't have anything, although I do need to learn more about Spec Up T. Hank, for the symposium that's coming up, I can't participate because I'm actually at a science conference
right.
in person, but I
we will
really,
record it most probably.
yeah. Oh, I definitely want to have it recorded.
Oh, they're all going to be
And
recorded.
yeah, they're all going to be recorded and shared. So this is the opportunity to assume people start from nowhere and then present what all the things are and stuff.
I have to give kudos to Sam Smith because he has uh, had the guts to go along with a beta product, and Cor and I have sweat many hours to keep up with the space. He's juggling three specs at the same time. Like it's about a 1500 definitions in the TOIP main, in the carry main, in the general IT glossary. So it's been quite a ride, but it has been thoroughly tested by now. And I dare to say that you could go and try it and use it. No
Oh,
problem.
yes. Which we will be planning on doing. Now, a quick question before we get to the symposium. So this version of Spec Up T is running against the current Trust P glossary. Is that right?
Yes, I am. No, sorry, no. We have Spec Up T on the main TOIP glossary, but I haven't installed it on your list yet. And the reason is that I have to convert all your keys into lowercase and dashes.
Ah,
And I'll do
okay.
that. I try to do that with Core together with a sort of automatic script and see what happens because it's a
Okay.
lot of work by hand. I'm doing it by hand for the Carry Suite glossary. I'm 2 hours on the way and I'm a bit over the half.
I,
So to
I
do it by hand.
remember having to do when we were going through it. I can't remember what it was that had to be updated. Maybe I think it was adding the aliases.
Yeah,
And you're right. It was like 3 or 4 hours work, and it's just, you know, it's
yeah.
like
The good thing is now if when you traf, you can choose the way you write it
yes,
locally, so you don't have
oh, yeah.
to adopt the way somebody else writes it.
It makes total sense. I love it, and it just me. But once we do that for the Trust RP glossary, and of course we'll follow that for any new terms, it'll be done, and we doesn't have to be
Yeah,
done again.
exactly. It's a one-time effort that I have to take, and I'll inform you as soon as you get your glossary back, like it used to be.
which is,
Only under the hood, it will be different.
yeah, it is fine with me. There's a perfect segue into the symposium topic, because what I'm hoping is that in the symposium is 19th and 20th, and we're trying to work on
15th and 16th.
sorry, 19th and 20th of November.
Oh,
the
is there another symposium? Has that been?
No, there might be maybe you have the wrong date. I
Yeah.
will,
I think it's October 15 and 16, isn't it?
no, 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 oh, sorry. That got changed. That,
Oh, right, good. That's great for us. We can
Yeah,
celebrate
great.
Core.
yeah, and now you'll be ready further in advance. I'm trying to find, here's
Sorry
the,
about that. We
in
have
the
been posting.
link,
Go ahead.
I'm putting the official symposium link in the chat.
Oh man, thank you. That was the best news ever.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we've been trying to make sure that everyone got that news, but sorry about that, Hank. You know, now that we're moved over to Discord, hopefully it's going to be easier to
Yeah,
and share that news. But yes, 19th and 20th of November. And so I was going to say, because IW is coming up on the
yeah,
well, 2 weeks, no, 3 weeks from now. What is
yeah,
it? Yeah, 3 weeks from today. No, 2 weeks from today we start.
yeah.
Well, VRM day is 2 weeks from today.
Mhm.
I know I'm going to be heavily tied up. I know Martina's coming over from Zurich, and so I don't intend to get back to call it glossary update work until after that. In fact, after that, I actually have to go to Europe for probably 2 weeks. So it may be, yeah, probably be like the end of the November 7th before I get back to any of this. Now, Martina or Carly might want to get there earlier, but what I'd like to do is, if it is updated by then I want to go in. As I said, I've been maintaining a long list of terms I want to go in and either add or update, and I'd love to be able to do that so that we can then finally announce a 1.0 release of the Trust Repeat Glossary at the symposium. That's
I
my
don't
goal.
know whether that's possible. I'll show you why. You have here
Okay.
you have the Trust over Repeat glossary. Oh,
Yep.
it's got the old makeup, so I have to find the versions here. Let me see. I think the bar is over it.
It doesn't, by the way, have to be one. It just has to be a release that we can, go
Yeah,
ahead.
it could be. Here are the snapshots. Yeah. So you already got version 2.
Oh, okay. Well, then it'll be whatever
Version 3. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
good. Okay. So we have a couple already. Okay. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
This is another feature we have to, I'll happy to explain to Martina. I know we have
Yeah.
at a time.
You will
But-
find them here now. They will be
Oh,
here.
perfect. I'm behind versions.
So these are the versions here. It's a one click now because Sam couldn't find them.
Ah,
And
that's
as you see,
perfect. So yeah, Martina, for any glossary you're maintaining, now you have this version feature that you can take this snapshot of the whole thing, and then that can be referenced, so that documents referencing it don't have terms changing out underneath them.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, we have a full log of every change anyway, but it's more a sort of set wise you could do it. Then you have a set like a snapshot. That's it. Mhm.
fantastic. Okay, well, so in the 7 minutes we have remaining, now that you understand the new time frame. So Carly, we have, I think on the list we've already got the Spec Up T talk on the first day, right? I don't.
We have 2 Spec Up T talks. We have the first day, and we have the second day as a workshop.
Mhm.
That's right. Okay, both of those are in there. So
Yeah.
yeah, and the Spec Up T talk I think is 30 minutes, right? The first day.
Yeah.
And the
First,
workshop is 30 or 60.
90.
Oh, 90.
it's a long one. Yeah, it's a long one because then
Good.
it's really a workshop. That we,
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Oh, perfect. This way we can have folks come who are like, hey, you want to use this, you know, in anger on your documents, come, and we can also record that. So we've got it as a, you know, elongated tutorial for anyone who needs it.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're looking at DidWebAS as well. They will be in the ecosystem as well by then.
Perfect. Okay. Yes. And as I mentioned, we're definitely going to have, we don't have a glossary currently for the first person project white paper that's 80 pages long. We're using the terms we reference are just from the Trust for P glossary, but it was clear to me when we were writing it, we're going to need a first person project glossary. And yeah, we'll definitely, once we start that, we want to just make it spec up T all the way. Yes, as Martina's like, yeah, hands up. So you have a bunch of eager customers here.
That's great.
Consuming
Yeah,
the
as you know, I'm financing this stuff for 3 years already. It has cost me more than, well, yeah, my donation vehicle more than 100K. And Cor has worked many hours off payment as well. So that's fantastic. But there comes an end to that. So what I do is I will make a service that if people can't study it all by themselves, we could offer them a sort of a service a contract, and we'll do it for them. Like I'm doing it now for Sam Smith and Kerry, but that's money that goes from this side to that side, so that doesn't, because I'm also sponsoring the Kerry Foundation, so
exactly.
it doesn't really help.
You're really one of the anchors of this of our whole space, Hank, and we can't thank you enough.
No, don't worry. I feel that it's needed, and it's been a great journey. I don't know. I can't remember who's had this quote of. I think it was. Let me see. This quote was, "Managing terminology on the internet is hell," he said. Who was that again? I think it was. Let me see. Daryl. Was it Daryl?
Oh, it was, yeah, I think that sounds like Daryl. It sounds
Okay.
like Daryl,
Yeah,
exactly.
because somebody said it, and then I said, well, then we're going to manage hell, but that costed 1.5 years.
It has.
Yeah.
In research, because I'm adjacent to people working on the ontologies, and the GitHub terms and the ontology, they're trying to stick governance on it, but it's still a mess.
So
Yeah, that
hard.
would be a next step. Would be a next step. As soon as we got this under control,
Yeah,
like really in production, tested for a while, then we could.
yeah, but there is the protege is there's some nice software already out there for managing ontologies. It's
Yeah,
just
exactly. You have that linked
knowledge.
in various
Yes.
various reports.
Well, I'm going to take a moment to promote and endorse a particular piece of writing I've seen in this last week that I thought was just exceptional. I'm going to ask Martina if she would put a link to that particular document in the chat because I strongly recommend it to all of you as one of the most, I think, eloquent and carefully nuanced analyses that I've seen in the space in a long time, as I wrote in my own linked up post. But you need to put a link in the chat, Martina, so folks know.
He's building up the tension.
Yes, for appraisal of the Swiss EID infrastructure against the principles of SSI. Yeah, there it is. Yes, highly recommended. Really good. And what I didn't realize is it almost follows, Hank, your your policies of progressively deeper levels, because I thought the whole thing was just when I was reading what turned out to be the summaries of each of her analyses, and then there's a whole deeper level, Martina, the way you structured the document. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that because it's an exceptional piece.
Oh, wow.
Thank
But
you, Roman.
So
Been-
you wrote it with Chris Allen.
Yeah. Some input from, or feedback from.
we had two independent pieces, I put it that way, on the same subject. And so we built the synergy and supported each other on that. But he was the main lead on his part, and I was on my part, and we synced to see whether we can find some common ground.
Yep.
And you did cross-reference his talks
Yes,
very well.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
So
It's
to
really
build like one whole picture with
Yeah.
two pieces that come together.
super cool. All right. Well, we'll
Thanks.
we're at time. We will meet one month from now. Let's see, that'll be November 3rd, I guess. And that will be our call it dress rehearsal to go over anything we're preparing for those talks in the workshop. And in the meantime, Core, thank you for everything you're doing on this amazing tool.
You're
And
welcome.
yeah, any feedback or dialogue in the interim, make sure we're all using Discord now. I check those channels, at least once a day. If not, it's a little bit easier now. I mean, I was checking Slack too, but I don't know. I find it Discord's a little bit easier for me to check. I'm fine with the tool. It's not quite as powerful as Slack, but it's fine. So thank you all very much.
Yep.
Really appreciate your work on this. It's we're going to get a lot of mileage out of this tool.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks all.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Have a good day, evening.